If you have ever felt invisible inside a relationship. If you have ever waited for messages that never came. If you have ever given your best trying to hold on to someone who only offered the bare minimum. Stay with me until the end of this video. What you're about to hear is not quick advice. It's an emotional repositioning. A silent shift that transforms the way you see yourself, the way you love, and the way you allow yourself to be treated. There comes a moment in a woman's life when something quietly realigns within her. It's not an outburst. It's not anger. It's not coldness. It's clarity. A mature woman doesn't stop begging for love overnight. She arrives at that point after living deeply, feeling intensely, and giving far more than was ever healthy. She tried to understand the other. She justified absences. She softened silences. She questioned herself endlessly. She believed that if she were more patient, more understanding, more available, love would finally arrive complete. But time teaches what no explanation ever can. True love doesn't need to be asked for. Presence doesn't need to be demanded. Reciprocity is never born from the effort of only one heart. A mature woman learns this. Those who want to stay, stay. Those who want to care, care. Those who love show up, consistently, clearly, and with emotional responsibility. Maturity doesn't take away a woman's sensitivity. It removes her innocence. She remains romantic, deep, magnetic, intense. The difference is that she no longer confuses intensity with instability. She understands that healthy love doesn't create constant anxiety. It doesn't generate daily doubt. It never requires her to shrink in order to belong. She doesn't want someone who appears only when it's convenient. She wants someone who remains when it matters. She doesn't want beautiful promises. She wants repeated actions. She doesn't want empty passion. She wants consistency. For a long time, she believed that insisting was love. That waiting was maturity. That always yielding was emotional wisdom. Life showed her otherwise. Too much patience can turn into self-abandonment. And when that realization arrives, something reorganizes within her soul. The mature woman begins to listen to herself. She watches behavior instead of speeches. She pays attention to what is done, not just what is said. She understands that silence communicates. Absence answers. And not choosing is, itself, a choice. She doesn't beg for explanations. She recognizes patterns. She doesn't force conversations. She senses when there is no space for her. And when she sees it, she decides. That decision doesn't come from arrogance. It comes from lucidity. A mature woman doesn't leave the table loudly. She rises with elegance, with posture, with dignity. She understands that love is not something to be negotiated or competed for. Emotional maturity completely transforms the way a woman positions herself in relationships. She doesn't diminish herself to be accepted. She doesn't silence her truth to keep someone close. She doesn't mold herself to fit into spaces that are too small. She learned that temporary solitude is far healthier than empty company. A mature woman doesn't chase. She walks in her own direction. Those who are aligned walk beside her. Those who aren't fall away along the path. This is not coldness. This is elevated self-love. This is feminine self-worth built through awareness. She doesn't need to prove her value. She is value. She doesn't need to compete, compare, convince. Those who recognize her, stay. Those who don't, teach. And both serve a purpose in her story. When a woman chooses herself, the world responds. Confused people drift away. Shallow relationships dissolve. Emotional games lose power. Only those capable of offering what she has already cultivated within herself remain. Emotional stability, respect, truth, and presence. A mature woman doesn't seek someone to complete her. She is already whole. She seeks someone who adds, who walks beside her, who shares real presence. She no longer accepts less than she deserves, because she finally learned to treat herself as a priority. Feminine self-esteem in maturity doesn't shout. It commands in silence. It reveals itself in posture, in gaze, in the calm of someone who knows exactly what she wants and what she will no longer tolerate. A mature woman doesn't waste time trying to be chosen. She chooses. And that choice changes everything. There is something even deeper she discovers when she stops begging for love. She realizes she was never rejected. She was redirected. Many of her wounds were not because she wasn't enough, but because she was giving too much to someone who didn't know how to receive. Maturity teaches that love is not insistence, it's encounter. Not constant sacrifice, but exchange. Not anxiety, but safety. The right love brings calm, not confusion. It expands, not diminishes. It welcomes, not tests. She also learns that she doesn't need to harden to protect herself. She simply needs alignment. When she aligns internally, the external follows. Choices become clearer. Boundaries become natural. And peace becomes non-negotiable. A mature woman trusts what she feels more than what she hears. She honors her inner signals. She doesn't ignore discomfort. She doesn't normalize pain. She doesn't romanticize suffering. She chooses relationships where she can be whole, without constantly explaining herself. At this stage of life, love is not urgency. It's presence. Not lack, but partnership. Not fear of loss, but joy in sharing. She no longer enters relationships to be completed. She enters to share what she has already built. And when she becomes this woman, something silent happens. She inspires other women. She becomes a reference of emotional balance. She teaches, without speeches, that loving yourself doesn't push love away. It raises the standard. So, if you recognize yourself on this path, stay firm. Don't go back out of fear. Don't negotiate clarity for momentary comfort. Don't silence your truth to fit into stories that no longer contain who you've become. A mature woman does not beg for love. She chooses presence. And that choice is the greatest act of love she can offer herself. Here at Mature Glamour, we speak about self-love, feminine self-worth, conscious relationships, and emotional elegance. We speak to the woman who doesn't beg for love because she learned to love herself first. The woman who doesn't accept absence because she chose presence. The woman who doesn't negotiate dignity because she understands her value. If you've made it this far, recognize this truth. You are not becoming too demanding. You are becoming conscious. You are not losing opportunities. You are filtering. You are not closing yourself off to love. You are opening yourself to the right love. A mature woman does not beg for love. She chooses presence. She chooses reciprocity. She chooses respect. She chooses herself. And when she does, life reorganizes around her. If this message spoke to you, write in the comments, "I choose presence." Subscribe to Mature Glamour to continue receiving content on feminine self-esteem, self-love and maturity, and conscious relationships. Here, we don't teach women to beg for love. We teach them to choose themselves.